Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Samantha. This is the Budget Mum UK and today I'm doing my midweek check-in for week 3 of my February budget. But yeah, everything's gone a little bit wrong this week in terms of money. I've had some massive sort of hits in lots of places that weren't necessarily to do with my doing. I'm a bit frustrated, but let's have a look at what that looks like. Come on in. Okay guys, so before I go into where my losses effectively have gone or come from, I'm just going to do a really quick check-in, talk to you about what I've spent this week, and yeah, then I'll just explain what's happened in terms of me being hit in the pocket for several different reasons, but none of which seem to be much in my control. So I need to have a think about how I can put things in place to stop that happening again, basically. So if you are new here, this channel is for you. If you're into all things to do with budgeting and financing, my name is Samantha. I'm a single mum with 2 children. I am on a journey of getting rid of the last £5,000 worth of debt in the next 6 months. My ex-husband actually ran up hundreds of thousands of pounds of debt in my name, and I was left with the bill. So this is the final hurdle, if you like. And I'm so excited that it's very, very close, but also at the same time seems so far away, having known how much I've already gone through to get rid of this debt. So if you think that's something that is of interest to you, then I would absolutely love it if you consider subscribing. And if you are already subscribed, then I already love you very, very much, and I really do appreciate you, so thank you. Right, this week then, we are at, today's Saturday. So today's Saturday, and I've had a lot of no spend weeks. I was a little bit naughty at one point, and I'll tell you why in a second. But on the whole, I had a no spend day on Tuesday, no spend day on Wednesday. And you know what, it's really tricky Wednesday and Friday to spend money because I just literally work from 8 AM till near enough 8 PM just teaching. And I had a no spend day on Friday for that reason. However, as I mentioned previously, I had already got a cheese and wine evening booked in. Now, I budgeted £25 because that's how much the cheese and wine event was. However, this is where I was naughty. I actually spent £37.75. I know. That is very on me. Do you know what it was? And this is a really foolish thing to do, so a lesson to be learned. I'd done my March budget earlier that day, and I was excited to see how significant it's increased, and the fact that I'm going to have a bit more money to spare and spend. And I got quite... what, lackadaisy? No, I just think I just got overly enthusiastic and excited, and I was like, do you know what, I'm not so much sticking to that £25 budget. And I got, yeah, I was very naughty, and I went 37.75. But the thing was, I didn't even have that much in my wallet, in my Time For Me wallet. I only had 30 in it, so I ended up taking 10 out of my groceries. Now the change is in there, but yeah. I've not done my grocery shopping yet for this week. That's like job I might even get to tomorrow actually at this rate, but I don't particularly want to go out in the snow. We've got snow here, guys. You got snow? Oh, baby's so excited. He came home yesterday from nursery and it was hailstoning, and then he kicked off a tantrum because he wanted to stay outside the hailstones. So I was like, no, you're all right. Let's put the change in here and see what difference this makes. That is amazing. £102 in change. Oh, just keep going with those. I just love them. They're my favourite. So yeah, so I've had to take it out of the groceries, which was already at 40 to be fair, so I've still got 30 in there. The problem is because it's half term, and you know, you're at home more and the kids tend to eat more. So I might have to have a think on where I can get some extra money to top up this groceries at the moment. However, the issue is I've lost quite a lot of money this week. So let me just explain. Just update this. So out of it came, took all 30 out. And groceries, I've taken 10 out so far. Leaves us, I'll put 30 in there. And petrol I've not done yet, but I know I'm going to get to do that over the next day or so because the light is on. So I'll update that as and when I do that. So basically, if you don't already know, I'm a private tutor and I have my own children, which I tutor from home. I'm also doing some extra consultancy work at the moment, working within 2 primary schools throughout the week. So the way I work is I invoice my students at the start of each month. They need to pay for the month in advance. And that's how I know what my budget is. I know they've paid. I'm not chasing people, because when I first set out, I used to invoice at the end of the month and you were chasing and chasing and chasing, and it just got ridiculous. On Monday, Tuesday was it? One of the days earlier this week, one of my students said they're not going to be able to continue anymore, which I was kind of expecting because I knew they've been struggling financially. And the reality is I'm a luxury, you know, even though at the moment, you know, we're desperately in need of tutors and teachers. It's just not necessarily something that people can afford, and especially right now when bills are going up. Gas is going up, electricity is going up, council tax is probably imminently going up. Now, as the week's gone on, Saturday I normally have 2 students. So the first student arrived this morning at 11 o'clock and within 30 seconds was gone because of the horrendous weather. His dad, who had dropped him off, said, look, he's going to have to go because mum's just like skidded across the road and going to need help to push the car basically. So that was gone, and I don't feel like I can say, well, you know, you still need to pay me because it's bad weather, there was an accident, what can I do? And then I had a student who's due to arrive at 12. Last week they should have come at 10 and they forgot. They're a new student. Well, the mum forgot, sorry, it was her birthday and so on and so forth. I offered them to come on Sunday and she said, perhaps not, I'll have a hangover. But promised to come this week at 12 and then to make up for an extra session in the half term. I messaged this morning to remind. I can see she's active online. I can see that my message hasn't been read and it's now 1 p.m. and I've not had a message, and it's just rude, isn't it? So that's 3. Well, there's 2 students that I didn't get money for today. And then yesterday, half an hour before they were due, somebody else messaged and said because of the weather they weren't coming, and it's just like, and they hadn't come the week before either because of COVID. And I've messaged the day before just to double check that they were okay and well enough and so on. What do you do? Like, I know I could charge some money or half money, and I don't know, I'm just torn between doing that and possibly people who are already struggling to pay in the first place are then being penalised, and I'm just too soft is one of the issues. That was that. Now this next one I am absolutely fuming about, and I mean fuming about. I've got my first 1-star, my only 1-star review on Etsy. If you've been following my journey for a while, you know I've got a little Etsy store which is sort of funded, and I use a lot of the products within my videos. I've only ever got 5-star reviews. On one other occasion when I've got a 4-star, it was because the service was, well, the Royal Mail was too slow. Not my fault, 4 stars still great. Now this particular order came in just after Christmas and it was going to Germany, and the order was all written in German and it was all wanting to be personalised, so I managed to translate it, and it was quite a big order, and I spent hours and hours and hours on this order. I sent it off to Germany, and I got a message probably about 4 weeks later, 4 weeks later, just saying they hadn't received it. I checked with Royal Mail and they're saying you have to allow up to 6 weeks before you can sort of put a claim in, so I sent the information back and let her know that. And then within another week or so, the actual order came back to the house. Now, it had got a note on it, and to be honest, the customs note didn't really make sense. I thought it might have been that the packaging wasn't done right, because it just looked like it'd been round and round and round and round Royal Mail for a while. But having seen it since, I think the address given might not have been right, or something like, there's something wasn't quite right. So whatever, it came back. So I messaged the girl and said, look, it's returned to me. I'm going to resend it now, but I'll also send it as an express delivery at my cost, because obviously she's waited a while, and I know, even though it was no fault of my own, it wasn't, I don't know what had gone wrong there. And initially she said she wanted a full refund. I said, well, because it's personalised and I can't resell it, I'd be happy to give her half the money, but you know, it wasn't really if it had been my fault and my issue or my error, I would have done, not a problem, and I have done it in the past when that's been the case. But I was like, I can't sell these off, they're not even English, so like, you're the only German I've got, like, sort of thing, who's bought something. So anyway, she was then literally came back straight away and said, okay, resend at your cost. So I resent those off last week, and within 3 days she messaged me and said, I want a refund because they've still not arrived. I'm like, well, because they've not arrived, because I only sent them 3 days ago and you're in Germany. And you know, I went online and she was literally arguing over and over. She then went ahead and left 1 star based on the fact that she hadn't received them, but then wanted a refund. I was like, how can you give a 1-star review for a product you haven't got, or you're saying you've not got, or whatever? And then yeah, so luckily on my side is that Etsy's policy is, if it's due to Royal Mail, they don't accept 1-star reviews, so I will be putting that to them and explaining that. But not only that, she hasn't even left, like it says, 5 to 7 working days with the express delivery that I actually went over the top and paid for. And I'd gone out of my way so many times to help her, and each time she's just been rude and unapproachable and just, I don't know. And I'm like, oh. And if you know me, you'll know I go out of my way over and over and over to be extra helpful if I can. And I even put extra items back in the new parcel for her, just as a way of apologising for something again. That's not my fault, but anyway, you can't please everybody, can you? So I'm just so infuriated. I'm so annoyed. She was like, I'm getting a refund and I'm keeping the product when it arrives. I'm like, but that cost me lots of money. But yeah, so I'm annoyed in lots of ways this week. So lost money in terms of students, lost money over Etsy, potentially, unless I can get that revoked from Etsy. Yeah, so I'm having a frustrated week this week. I'm going to redo my March budget anyway, because I felt like after all your fantastic comments, thank you for that, by the way, on the advice, I want to redo it and be a lot more cautious with the potential money that's coming in. So I'm going to redo that shortly. That will hopefully be up in the next couple of days as well. And I've got some new things happening in March that I need to adjust for, as well as adjusting for this student that I'm no longer allowing back in. I'm gonna have to get a bit more firm with people and things. I think I'm just too soft. If you've stuck around, well done. Thank you so much, and I hope it's been of some use to you. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out of this horrendous weather, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.